Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Pontiac Power Hour. We are live and back at you for 2023. So happy New Year.
Yeah. Hope everybody had a good New Year's, good Christmas.
Oh, absolutely. I look back and gosh, we've not been doing this very long. By the way, I'm Buff. This is Ray. And we haven't been, yeah, there you go. We really haven't done this very long and had the show, but we're coming up on 20 episodes.
That's crazy, man.
And we had one heck of a December. We had some pretty phenomenal guests coming in on the show. We started at the end of Thanksgiving there on Thanksgiving Day with Steve Maggs and just kept going from there. And I don't know. I want to put out to everybody that's watching. First of all, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming back every week and joining in the chat. And also, all of December was for you guys, and we got 2023 and everything that's coming with it. So thanks for returning every single time.
You say it was just for them, but we did get to hang out with, some really big people,
I mean, I did it for them.
Yeah.
But I can't say that I wasn't a little bit enamored with some of the folks we had. But saying that, new year, new guest coming. I know, Ray, you've got some guests. I've got some guys lined up, and not just guys, girls too. We've got all different variety of people just waiting in the wings, ready to come chat with you guys all about Pontiac stuff. But I'm going to hit the chat real quick. It looks like Danny Boyd was number one. JB's Little Shop second in here. ASO as our third. Oh my gosh, Buck does it. Ron English. I don't even know I can get through all of them. There's Hunter from Sandmount Ballistics, cousin Mike. There's so many in here. I appreciate everybody. Oh yeah, there he is. Who else? I know I saw Polo C4 in here.
Yep, Mr. Polo C4 is in the house. He is actually just signed up for the No Name Nationals.
Oh, all right. So guys, Mr. Polo C4, go check out his channel. What we're trying to do is if you're actually registered for No Name Nationals, we're going to hit you up to either be on a panel or be a guest on our show to try to help you get your subs, because Ray and I both very much support No Name Nationals.
Oh, yeah,
and
definitely.
We want to see you guys as the new freshmen come up as well. So we'll help you get there.
I just clicked over 1,200 subscribers this week from 0 when I entered the No Name National. So
it can happen really quick.
Yeah, that's less than a year, guys. It really, the first 500 is hard. You're going to gain subs. You're going to lose subs. You're going to lose your mind because you're like, what am I doing wrong? Usually it's nothing. It is YouTube algorithm.
Yep. YouTube's fickle. But what I'll say is I didn't know about the No Name Nationals until almost May. So I had about 5 months of having a channel, and I just barely hit 500. So I wasn't eligible for No Name Nationals 500, but I did go ahead and register without even having a car. And in that time frame, I am just about 100 away from 3,000 subs. So No Name Nationals definitely got me out there, got me exposure, and I went from 500 to almost 3,000 in less than a year. But I want to hit the chat a little more. I got Leighton Welding. He probably needs a sub or two.
We got the winner of the No Name Nationals in here.
Roland's here?
The complete thing. Roland with Torque Racing Production.
Awesome. I'm still scrolling. I know I said JB. Is Lars in here?
I haven't seen Lars. I seen JB. We got
JB and
Chucky's.
Lars were both there last year, and I got a call out race with JB. We'll see if I can actually get the car there.
I'll do whatever I can to help you.
Well, I think you know, the old Fiero kid needs to come bring me a transmission, and he can help me put it in, and that'll be his video, and we'll get him some subs off that.
So I
'Cause
think
I lost second gear. It's not quite there.
I think Hunter with Sand Mountain Ballistics entered the No Name Nationals officially.
Did he pay? Did you pay your bill?
I believe he did.
Been giving him a lot of crap about it. Tim Windsor, welcome, buddy. Thanks for telling everybody hit the like. Make sure you do like and share, subscribe. I have channel membership, so if you want my videos early and a few little perks, you can sign up for join the Tappy Tap Club. And of course, I've got merch at buffsgarage.com. I think we need to do some Pontiac Power Hour merch. Maybe by the time we hit No Name Nationals, we'll have that pulled together.
Oh, you better. Oh, Chris, one of our former guests on Pontiac Power Hour, he says he's bringing the big guns this year.
Well, it better be a Pontiac.
I really want to see that GTO.
Yep. Oh, I see Halfwit Labs, Busted Radio Garage, Chucky's Garage. He's one of the new freshmen for No Name Nationals, Allen's Cars and stuff. We've got a lot of folks.
I think I've seen Pontiac in here too.
Oh, he's got to be here. Love Pure Pontiac Garage. Big supporter. Awesome. If I don't catch you, we'll try to catch you along the way. Now, this show, we don't have one of our big name guests, and that's nothing against you guys or us. We just kind of wanted to have a little bit of a breather because we do have some bigger guests waiting in the wings, but we just want to chill and kind of catch up a little bit, give you guys some Pontiac history and trivia. Oh, look at that. Jeffro's here.
Wow. Is that Uno Hack?
And he's doing some crazy LS stuff right now and some small block Chevy stuff.
I know. I thought he was a Ford guy.
No, he just has one. But I mean, I have a Ford. I have Chevys. My mother even asked me the other day, she goes, I see good deals on cars all the time, but you're just a Pontiac guy now. And I went, I'm not just a Pontiac guy. I like all cars. Just Pontiacs seem to find their way into my garage. I don't know. I leave the door open and a stray comes running in.
Man, maybe I need to try that. I'd probably get homeless people in my garage, if we're being honest.
Dirty Mike and the boys hanging out in your Pontiac.
Yeah, we don't want that.
All right.
Getting the Fiero and not the Le Mans. So
I don't know. I really like the Fiero. She's clean.
I was doing some wiring on it last night. I think I lost a little more hair, which I can't afford to lose any. It's always wonderful taking over somebody else's project.
So that's where the 63 was obviously a big project, but I wasn't cleaning up someone else's mess. I literally was cleaning up animal mess and just trying to put it back together. Whereas in the 98 Supercharged Grand Prix, nothing's been done to it. I mean, I have a receipt book for everything that has been done at the dealers, but otherwise nobody's, tunered it or ricered it or put neon glow on it or weird O'Reilly's aftermarket stick on stuff. I mean, I don't have to clean anything up. I just got to fix what's there. Oh, Jay's here. Welcome, Jay. Irish Outlaw Garage. If you guys missed it, Jay and I did a collaboration video for the No Name Nationals. You just have to watch it. It's on Jay's channel, Irish Outlaw Garage. I had to seek intervention afterwards. I'll say that.
I seen Jay had a very bad time with the little Javelin.
Jabby is, she's definitely showing her true colors right now.
I'm just saying a good no-name car would be the engine out of the wagon or the ambulance into the Javy
You would definitely
Just
get a
saying.
lot of views off of that.
A Pontiac 400 in a Javelin. I mean,
Well, if you listen to Ron Ward at No Name Nationals, it was a
yeah.
Pontiac Javelin anyway.
Well, I mean, honestly, did it probably have a little bit of Pontiac in it somewhere? Yeah, I mean, at least GM.
It had a Pontiac fan in it.
I don't think he's happy about that, is he?
Javy's got him a little stirred up right now.
I know he was
So
messing
again,
with me the other
if
day.
you guys want to head over to Irish Outlaw Garage after the show, got to check that out. It's a pretty good little video we did. Oh, Justin Van Tilburg. Welcome to the show. We are doing a little more relaxed format because we've just been cramming big guests down your throat. So we thought we'd just slow her down. Welcome the new year, 2023.
Yeah. 2023. It's going to be a good year, I think.
Look at this. Roland's already got his plans for the next No Name.
Huh.
24. He's already ready for 24. All-wheel drive turbo V6 Cavalier. Now, he's probably going to do it a lot better than I'm doing it. But you know what? If my car survives this year's No Name, I will put my all-wheel drive Trans Am against Roland's all-wheel drive Cavalier. If mine doesn't break, he might not win. If it does break, then he'll win.
I did watch a video where a guy took a front half of a Oldsmobile Bravada SUV and tied it to the frame of a Monte Carlo and turbo LS'd it. So he had a turbo LS all-wheel drive G body.
Wow.
I was like, oh, man, if you don't get that perfectly square, then and it wasn't the best craftsmanship, so it probably goes down the road like that. But
my hashtag is whatever it takes, man.
Right, I get that.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not good, but that's okay. All right. Oh, Mongrel's Garage. I thought I saw him earlier. Got him in the chat, and Colleen Tebow.
Awesome. Welcome, everybody.
So we're doing a little different Pontiac history today. Ray and I kind of collaborated on this a little bit. We wanted to, we talked about just for Hunter doing an entire concepts show. But rather than disappoint Hunter on the first show of 2023, we decided to go some of the more obscure Pontiacs in pop culture. Some of the ones that were out there, but you might not have realized they were there. So with that, I will go to Pontiacs in pop culture. Yeah. Hunter is well relieved that we didn't do that to him.
Oh, it's coming though, buddy. Don't you worry.
Yeah. So yes, the third gen is a Pontiac, but yes, it did not come with a Pontiac engine. Now, it has been said, wouldn't that be cool to put a Pontiac engine in my third gen? And again, I welcome anyone that would like to provide or otherwise fund that expenditure. I will gladly put a Pontiac engine in my third gen Firebird, which is actually a Trans Am.
I've actually seen one with a 400 in it, and it actually takes up a lot of real estate under the hood of that car, because a small block Chevy was pretty tight under the hood of that car.
And from what I'm doing to it, other than it's going to affect the actual structure of the vehicle, I'm going to maybe relieve some of that space. Because what I've seen is a full tube chassis setup for those that really gives you lots of room, but I don't have the funds for that. So maybe instead we'll do some, two hacks stuff. No, his stuff's too expensive. I can't afford that. We'll do some Dalton style hacking. How about that? And make some room. All right.
Yeah, Jeff's stuff's nice. He doesn't hack anything, which I kind of wonder
I
where the
love the
name.
name, but the quality is just not up with the hack name. He does good work.
That T-Bird is top notch, and that OBS truck they're building,
Yep. Super clean.
definitely no hack.
No. So we're giving you props there, Jeffro. We love you. You do good work. All right, let's get into this. So if I told you guys to tell me the number one Pontiac related movie or the movie with the most memorable Pontiac, everyone's going to say Smokey and the Bandit. Everyone. It's hard not to.
Yeah.
Oh, what do we got? I got a question. Ron English, what is a quick thought on a 2003 Grand Am GT Ram Air?
Run
Runaway?
away.
There you go. There's your answer.
Those cars are electrical nightmares.
So if you could fix all of that, would it be worth it?
I mean, maybe.
Basically gut it and start over?
Either had the 3100 or the 3400 V6. I mean,
oh, yeah, here we go. Chris is right on it. 2-lane blacktop. That's right. Yeah. You got a good Pontiac in that one. Everyone thinks of that Chevy, the 55, but it did have Pontiac 2-lane blacktop, Smokey and the Bandit. Oh, Triple X. I'm gonna leak this to you guys because you returned to the show and I appreciate you guys. One of the Triple X movie cars from the first movie, I have the owner's personal phone number. If you guys like the idea, I'm gonna put him on our show one of these days.
Why not?
Absolutely. Ooh, Knight Rider. I also have contact with the Knight Rider historians who own several of the screen-used Knight Rider cars. He's been on Jay Leno, so maybe we can get them too.
Yeah, Jeffro says Dazed and Confused, Cannonball Run.
Yep.
There was actually a Trans Am police car in Cannonball Run.
Or is he talking about Cannonball, the original?
Oh, Cannonball. Yes.
Yeah.
I see Cannonball and I automatically think Cannonball Run.
Oh, I forgot all about the Sex Drive. Where they take it to the Amish and they fix up that car.
Irish Outlaw says Hooper. That is a good movie.
Yep.
Most people have never seen it.
Oh, okay. Mongrels is showing his age, and I appreciate that. The Wraith.
That is a good movie.
Great movie.
That
it was all sponsored by Dodge, but there's a lot of Pontiac action.
They killed a yellow Trans Am.
Hey, it's all for the price of movies.
Oh yeah, Billy Madison.
Aha. See, you guys are starting to get the hint here. So we got the big ones, right? The ones that everybody knows. And then, oh wait, Danny Boyd is really all right. So who actually, I remember this, who actually remembers the Shazam ISIS hour before ISIS was a whole other thing for us?
I'll say I don't.
Shazam! You know what I'm talking about. Rocky 2.
Oh, hey, wait. Joe Dirt also. Kid Rock Trans Am.
Yes, he did. So so what I kind of went with on this one was I wanted to do the pop culture Pontiacs, and we looked at music videos and album covers and all this types of stuff. But really what I want to do is what are some of the movies that you've seen and you just didn't realize that was a Pontiac? I mean, you guys are really, really good at figuring this out. Rockford Files, of course, Breaking Bad had the beautiful desert tan Pontiac Aztec.
Airwolf, didn't Jan Michael Vincent drive a Trans Am in the beginning of Airwolf?
Probably so. Oh, Mongrels was beating me to it. So here's our list. It's a short list. It's not all inclusive. You guys are doing a great job filling up the chat. These are the non-Trans Ams. And I said 11 best. I actually cut it down, so don't hate me for that. But chronological order, Pontiacs, not Trans Ams in a movie. And Mongrels hit it right off. The French Connection, 1971. And basically, You see that beautiful car just getting smashed right there.
That's like a 72 Le Mans. And I'm just going to throw this out there. That is a very hard to find fender that he just smashed up.
Gene Hackman at his finest.
Man, he about hit that pedestrian.
So, funny bit about that. When they made this movie, they only really cordoned off like 5 blocks, and they didn't do it with any movie permits. They hired off-duty police officers to assist with crowd control. Everything that they almost hit is real. They did not have, they had stunt drivers, but they did not have all of that area blocked off. So when you see them almost hit something, I think there's one scene where they get real close to a person and there's a zoomed in, scene of that. That one was fake, but everything else is pretty much real. And that movie, Steve McQueen says, is the second best car chase movie ever.
Halfwit Labs, I have to agree on the Le Mans because I happen to own one. I'm just going to venture to say it's probably one of the coolest Le Manses out there, but I'm a little biased.
Oh, and Irish nails it. Not the Punisher Le Mans, but the Punisher's car.
The car I'd love to have.
From the Punisher.
69 GTO, or is it 68? I don't remember. It's either 68 or 69 GTO.
But it's very, very cool, regardless. All right.
The monkeys.
Yep. Let's see. Let's go back. All right. We hit the French Connection. That was a 71's Le Mans. You were right on the money there. Made in 71, so it had to be a 71, right?
Right.
Let's see. What did they say? Gene Hackman, Roy Scheider from Jaws. One of the greatest chase scenes ever. Like I said, Steve McQueen said it was the second best. Car chase, elevated subway, 90 miles an hour. They were told to go 45, and they got between 70 and 90. They did not close the streets off, and so that's all real stuff. So that takes us to our next one. It is 1973, the 7-Ups. This stars Roy Scheider instead of Gene Hackman, but the key to this is people thought this was a sequel to the French Connection, which it wasn't. It just utilized around 30 of the same cast and crew from the French Connection to the 7-Ups. So this would have been like the third best chase scene, I guess. I don't know. I think there's better chase scenes than this one, but we got a little clip of this one. This show is almost like the day that you go to school and there's a sub and they say, let's watch a movie today.
What
did he say? Car's still bouncing to this day. Probably.
Anybody who's had a big car like that, not like yours on air ride, because it probably bounces for different reasons. But you can go over a bridge on a highway and a mile later, you're still just.
So the 98 Grand Prix does that when the back struts are bad. And so it does that, but just in the back. All right. So this isn't a car movie per se, but it's really difficult for me to not cover, Paul Newman. I mean, great actor. This was actually a great movie based upon a real story. And, well, let's just look at this car.
That's a beautiful car. Look at that. Probably a Sun Pro-Tax there on the steering wheel. See, I even like the vinyl top. I mean, that car's probably rusted, holes in the roof now, but
I actually think this car survived from the movie. Now, this car was based on a real story. I mean, not a car story, but the whole thing's from a real story. It was, just accounting that. And I believe the actual guy that he played had a car similar, but I think that car actually survived. Let's go back to this. So if you like a kind of a hockey movie, this is considered in hockey world one of the best movies out there.
Dakota, it's a Trans Am though. He did take the restrictor plate off the Red Dragon, however.
Yes, he did. And when she tries to bring him iced tea, he's like, I already got my beer. Frank the Tank. All right. So we're kind of breezing through these, but who doesn't remember Goodfellas? But did you know there's Pontiacs in this movie? Actually, more than the one I'm talking about. There were actually several Pontiacs. But what's funny, in the actual book, that was written that the movie was based on of Henry Hill, they actually drove Buicks and Cadillacs, not Pontiacs. But Pontiac won out and got to be in the movie. Oh, Ari's here. Well, hello, Ari. So this car is just beautiful. You don't get to see a lot of it in this shot. But that car is sprinkled throughout the movie. Let's go back to the slide there. So and it's just a big old 68 Grand Prix.
With hideaway headlights.
She's a beaut.
Are those like vacuum operated? Does anybody know, or are they electronic?
I think they are. I think they're vacuum.
You know, the old vacuum operated ones are funny because like you'll have the headlights closed when you go to bed, and when you wake up in the morning, they're open because the vacuum let off.
Yep. I saw Ari. We talked about that. Dakota's timeouts here. He has a nice Pontiac. Frank McCart Rivet in F100. It almost sounds like a musical piece.
It does. Welcome.
In F100. So here's the funny thing. I mean, I watched Goodfellas so many times before I ever realized, hey, they're driving Pontiac. So it was kind of cool to throw that one in there. All right. So I saw Mongrels mention this. How many people realized that there was a movie called Last Action Hero starring Arnold Schwarzenegger? That was right before True Lies and considered one of his beginning of the end for Arnold. But the main, vehicle he drives in the movie is this 1969 convertible. Really cool Bonneville. I even have a shot of that.
I'd say that's probably one of the. Oh, there's
so much action. Yeah. You got to have the talent to do that. I mean, you don't know anything about targets and shooting or anything like that. If you can't spin a car, then I don't know.
Ari, have a good night, buddy. Thanks for stopping in.
Oh, always. Appreciate you, Ari. I agree with Irish. The soundtrack on this movie was excellent.
John said those must be 1 million grain slugs.
Yeah. Isn't that, and 100-round clips and all that garbage. The ghost guns and the ridiculousness.
Hollywood.
Yeah, we won't go down the political realm. Yeah, just leave it at Hollywood.
No, I'm just saying, no, just Hollywood. Everything.
Yeah, everything can happen. I agree. So that F100 is pretty awesome. It does not fare well in this movie. So if you haven't watched Last Action Hero, put it on your little watch later list.
I haven't seen it in so long, I don't remember it, but I know I watched it. Action
star comes to life. It's just ridiculous.
I'm not a big Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, but I'll rewatch it just because it has.
Well, then you can watch the beginning of the end of his career, and then he become the governor. All right, The Faculty. Did anyone else realize there's a 70 GTO? And I want to point out that I was not going to put GTOs on this list because Ray and I counted out, we could do a whole show just on GTOs in movies. But I felt like The Faculty is one that I don't think everyone's seen. So I put it in here and even got a little clip of it. just so you get to see this car doing its thing.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. That looks like me in high school. That's how I drove.
Yeah. I just think, the factory original racing stripe there that, oh, wait, no, that's not right.
I think it went down the Chevelle production line.
Yeah. Or the crew went, we can't afford a Chevelle, so let's grab this. What is this, a GTO? I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I mean, even in 98, that was a cool car.
I mean, I'd take it.
Oh, there's a lot of people like the faculty. These are our people, Ray. That's why they keep coming back.
I know. We do have
Let's
one of the
see.
best group of people in our chat every week. I'm just gonna
Yes, we do.
tell you guys that.
David Mobley, welcome, buddy. We're just talking some Pontiacs and movies, and not the ones you think of. It's the obscure ones that nobody really maybe realizes.
The Fiero guy, that Fiero guy, has made it into our chat.
Well, get out there, get him some subs, because he's got a 3800 supercharged in his Fiero that I think if I can get my 98 supercharged to no name, I'm going to be racing that thing. So that'll give that car 2 call outs. One with JB's little shop and one with the Fiero guy. That Fiero guy. I got to get right. Yeah. So just get out there and if they're registered up, give them a sub. Not that you can't if they're not, but really the whole point of the No Name Nationals and the No Name 500 is get yourself in it early. Yes, it's a fee that you have to pay, but there's so many perks that come along with joining up the No Name Nationals. You get to be a part of the No Name 500, which means you are on the list that gets updated every single week. And in that goes out to so many different places. Last year, Roadkill Custom sponsored an entire page on his website for it. You had Buck Does It reviewing your channels. You've got people like us putting you on our show. And it's not that we wouldn't invite you if you weren't registered, but you're going to get a lot more play if you are. So get in there, get your subs, get your name out there. And the best way to do that, sign up for No Name Nationals. It's a third the price of other events. And you're going to get so much publicity versus going to, what's that shirt say, Ray? LS something.
LS Fest.
Yeah, that's just for Hunter. But nothing against LS Fest, but LS Fest doesn't put your name out there as a channel and say, go subscribe. No Name Nationals does.
That's what me and John Wilburn was talking about. He messaged me because Mr. Polo C4 asked what the advantages of signing up now for the No Name Nationals. And, we said, well, you're going to be, have a lot of support in the chats. As long as you're putting content out, people will help you get your channel out there. I mean, it's a good thing to do. Plus, you want to be one of the first ones to do it.
Correct. And again, getting to be a part of the No Name 500, I'm telling you, that I joined up just after I got 500, and I felt like, I mean, I was good. I had my 500 subs, but I felt like I would have got so much more exposure on my channel had I been part of the No Name 500. And No Name Nationals family has been great to me. I have zero complaints. And watching all these other channels come up through the ranks, they got there a lot faster than I did because they were part of the No Name 500. So sign up now. Don't wait till you get 500. Be like these guys that are signing up right now with, 20, 30, even 100 subs. They're going to just skyrocket. They'll be there within no time at all. As long as they're putting out content, they'll get there.
Yeah.
And we got Hunter trolling the chat.
Yeah, he's just, I don't know.
Oh, what does Mongrel say? Paid his $82 and being Canadian, he had to mortgage his house.
How's Trudeau treating you?
I get that. Yeah, because that's like 60,000 Canadian, $82, US. So, oh wow, look at that. Buck Does It is here. Yeah, so Buck Does It. Not only did he go out and try to grow everyone else's channel, he then was putting himself out there and watching all these channels he's promoting bypass him while he's just sitting stagnant. And the next thing you know, Buck just went through the roof.
Yeah.
So,
me and Buck was like neck and neck for a long time. And then all of a sudden he posted a video and he's got like 3,000 subs and I've still stuck at 1,200.
Yep.
And I'm on this cool Pontiac Power Hour show too. I'm like,
well,
and,
I mean, you did talk to Mike Finnegan last week.
I know, man.
That was pretty
like,
cool.
Did you really talk to him? I'm like, yeah.
No, that was all fake. That was CGI. We took clips from. Yes, we talked to him. He legit said, "I want to be." I'm not kidding you. I'll show anybody the email. He legit wanted to be on Pontiac Power Hour. I mean, I did ask.
He wants to come back.
And when he heard who we had as guests and what we talked about, he wanted to be doing it. And yep, just like Ray said, at the end of that, he's like, "I want to come back, guys." Well, guess what, Mike? We'll call you up and have you back on.
Paranormal.
I don't want to inundate you guys with Mike Finnegan every week because it'd just be the Mike Finnegan hour, but he's already got his own show.
We have Paranormal Slumber Party in the house.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's get on to the next one here. Night and Day. Now, whether or not you like some of these movies, I just want to point out that I'm picking movies that you probably have seen and don't realize it, or you have never seen, and that's just okay. But you want to see one of the cleanest representations of a 66 GTO, you watch Night and Day.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
So it's got Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz, and what I remember about that movie is actually not Tom Cruise, it's Cameron Diaz in this car. And I think I've got that queued up here.
Oh,
look at that. That's two beauties in one shot right there.
But it has Tom Cruise in it. That's probably why I've never seen it.
And I think a lot of people have that same mindset. But he's not in the worst movies.
No, he's in 3 of my favorite movies now. Top Gun 1 and 2 and Days of Thunder. So,
I mean, what about Cocktail? Hello.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. That was a good movie.
It's probably not a top 3, but it's a decent Tom Cruise movie. It's fun. Yes, Chucky, there's a car in the movie. It's right there on the screen, and it's a beautiful car. I get it, man.
I bet. Let's see who in our chat can tell us what color of gold that is on that 66 GTO. I bet somebody can.
I bet. I agree. I bet we got somebody that can definitely tell us that.
If not, they'll Google it real quick. But
oh, we got Eric, Destroyer 1320 in the chat.
Hello, sir.
So the big question here, I know it's not been announced yet, and maybe I'm pushing it. Is Destroyer 1320 going to sponsor the Burnout competition, or is he bringing his own car to the event? Because you can't do both. He's got quite the little racer car there. I would be interested to see what he's going to do. Eric says filtered cigars gold.
That Fierro guy has officially registered for the No Name Nationals. Congratulations, Mr. Fierro guy.
It's about time.
Now all he needs to do is get his car running.
I'm telling you, I'm going to push everybody I talk to go ahead, get signed up, do it now. There's no reason to wait. It's not that much money. And it was one of the greatest events I've ever attended. And it wasn't about the amount of stuff you can do. It wasn't about how many fans were there or how many people were in the stands. It was about family. We got together and hung out with our family. We had barbecue grills going. We had wrenches flying. We had torches and welders and, man, just open exhaust and smoky burnouts. It was just a great time.
So Pure Pontiac Garage. Okay, I'm going to tell you, This is exactly what I did last year. I said, I'm not, I don't want to, I'm not convinced I'll make it to 500, so I'm not signing up. So I didn't until I got close.
And it hurt,
Yeah.
didn't it?
Yeah, it hurt me. Everybody else was like gaining subs real fast because, they're getting, because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but there is lives all the time, like at least twice a week.
Every single day, there's some kind of live. Every day.
Jump on lives, talk to people, get your name out there, and people will sub you.
And when you get there, you will be considered a star and a family member to everybody there. I rolled in and there was almost no one that I didn't already know. I may not have ever met them, but I knew them. It was chill. You didn't see the people in the stands because they were in the pits with you. Some just talking, some having a good time. I had people asking for an autograph, and I'm nobody.
Me
And then
too. I was like, what?
and some of them are picking up hammers and wrenches and helping me. So I'm telling you, don't wait. Get in there. Sign up now. You're not throwing money away, because if you really want to go, then sign up. I signed up without a car, and I made it. It took 90 days and the car didn't run, but we made it run at the event.
I had people come up, hey, can I get your autograph? I love your car. I'm like, you watch my show?
Yeah, you had people that were shooting for like professional stuff too, which I've not seen it come out, but I thought that was pretty awesome.
My car has officially been at the top of like 5 different pages though, as a banner for the month. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
It's
All
just,
right. I'm going to point out what Chucky said here. Now, I'm not trying, I get nothing from No Name Nationals other than the love and respect of my friends. I get nothing monetized. I am not being paid to say this. But Chucky listened to me. He did what I suggested. He signed up, and he has taken off on subs. He almost, not overnight, but really fast. You get your name in there. You get your name in the hat of the No Name 500, and in the next month, couple of weeks, you're going to see your subs fly. No Name Nationals group, if you're signed up, is good for 500 subs easy. So if you're just trying to start a channel, you really want to have a channel, you want to grow it and actually be a part of No Name, or just a YouTube community in general, join up No Name Nationals. You will get that first 500 to 1,000 before the event. And then what you do with your channel is up to you. If you want it to grow and be, Dudes with Wrenches, the guy was part of this family. He didn't make it to No Name, but he was part of the family, and he went overnight. He'd hit 100,000 subs. I say overnight. It was 6 months. It's what you do with your channel and how you grow it. But this group will help you get there. Oh, look, another person wanting my autograph. I appreciate you, Ron. If we don't catch up before No Name, you know where I'm at. I'll be next to the car on jack stands, not running.
Whose banner did we all sign? Was that Big Block 402's?
No, we signed
Or my Big
Mike Big Mike Hoopty Barn, and Buck Does It had one.
I said, all I know is somebody come by, hey, can you sign this? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, Big Mike's Hoopty Barn had one.
So when I started this
okay. So Pure Pontiac Garage, it's not about anything. He just doesn't know if he's going to be able to race. Well, go anyway. I had a great time. Yeah. I did not go down the track, but I will this time in at least one of 3. And it's worth going. You can also sign up to be a spectator. You get all the same perks. You just don't get to go down the track. So there's nothing wrong with that either. Show up to the No Name Nationals. You're going to have a great time.
I broke my car on the first pass I made, and I still had the best time ever.
You were bummed that first day, but I'm telling you, you perked right up because all of the people love the car. Oh, Chris, you're right. All right. Technically, I went the wrong way down the track, and it was LS powered. It was just Chris's LS pulling me. But you're right.
I drove around the pits.
I did.
You won.
Like 3 times I went around the pits. Oh no, no, no. So Roland, I probably won't take Reaper down the track, but I will take Reaper while I'm on the track. I think I'm going to try to give Reaper a run for its money.
Hey Reaper, you want to swap cars and go down the track?
Let's see, is it the car or the driver? I know what Roland's putting into his right now, and if it makes it, it's he's a contender for sure. He might actually win again.
I have a feeling there's going to be some really fast stuff there this year. I know
All
for
right,
I know for
I want to
sure.
make sure I get to the next slide. But keep
Okay,
going.
I know for sure that what I can't remember his name. He had that Landau,
Yeah,
uh, the Laguna,
Levi.
Levi's backyard garage.
Yeah,
He is coming for blood too. So
he bought a parachute.
I saw that. There's going to be some hard hitters there. So
All right. So if you guys haven't watched Need for Speed, I thought I had watched this movie. I had to watch it today just to make sure I knew what the heck I was talking about for the show. That car is, I mean, this movie is definitely all about the really fancy cars. They had the exotic cars and the Koenigseggs and all of those. But in the beginning of the movie, there's a race and not quite.
that's
So
horrible. The great advice is to not do what they just did.
do not do that. Do not try this at home. Hey,
Train
Clint's
will
in
win.
here. Yes. I'm a paramedic. I can tell you the train wins more than it doesn't.
Dr. Art's here too.
Hello, Dr. Art. Welcome to the show. Just we're lit up. So it seems like we're at the point we need to just maybe do this. We're going to switch over to trivia real quick, and I want to see what you guys know about obscure Pontiacs in movies and or just movie trivia. Because if you're like us, and you are because you're watching our show, you probably know movie quotes. You probably know lots of song lyrics and band names and band member names and who was actually in the band at the time the song was written. So let's just jump into it. Oh, and yeah, thank you, Super Clean, for doing our trivia once again. All right. So, what actor in The French Connection did the stunt driving in the movie, also in the movie The Seven Ups, and also in Bullet, but was also friends with the actor James Dean? Is it Gene Hackman, Bill Hickman, Hal Needham, or Peter Yates?
I think
Have a good night. Do you think you know this one?
I do.
Oh, Hunter thinks he knows. Cousin Mike thinks he knows.
Hunter's going to change his answer.
I love Hal Needham. I think he's amazing. ASO got Gene Hackman.
Nathan's Mopar says E.
All right, Nathan, that's good. None of the above or all of the above. Either way. Two Hack says he did it.
That'd be cool.
Let's just see who it is because I want you guys to know this guy. If you don't know him, he's a cool guy. So it is B, Bill Hickman. He not only was the actor and the stunt driver, he was Agent, however you say that, Molderig in the movie, The French Connection. He was also a stunt driver and actor in The Seven Ups. He was also in the chase scene in Bullet where he was the driver of the Dodge Charger. And in this picture, you see him with, James Dean in his famous car that did not survive a certain crash. And Bill Hickman was the gentleman in the car following James Dean to his race. So he was first on scene with James whenever he crashed. So cool guy, awesome history. Go check him out. He's been in a lot of movies and he does a lot of stunt driving. Alan Wyatt Jr. All right. Let's see what's next here. All right. In the 7-Ups, which probably most of you guys never even knew, and Roy Scheider thought he actually blew the entire thing because he came in, was really aggressive in his, his whatever you call it, audition. and stormed out afterwards. And that actually is the reason why he got the part. But what is the car? And we saw it in the chase scene that Roy Scheider drives. Now, you guys already knew what it was. Oh, look at that. Everybody's got it. Well, Mohawk didn't get it, but welcome, Mohawk. We're glad you're here. There was a Pontiac Granville. Yes, that movie was, or that car was famous in that movie. However, as most everyone knows, those crashed up Pontiacs, he drove a 73 Pontiac Ventura Sprint Coupe, which is the X body. Oh, it's missing a lot. They crashed a lot.
Yeah.
And we did talk about those X bodies in a previous Pontiac Power Hour. And there's a few of these X bodies out there. Buck Does It has an X body Buick. We got Jay's got an X body Olds. It isn't Olds, right?
Yeah, an Omega.
Yeah, he has an Omega. Yep. Let's remember, Hunter, how I buff things out with a hammer. Again, go watch Irish Outlaws collab video with me. It's really, really good. All right. This is not car related, but I think you guys will appreciate it. In Goodfellas, the old F word, which we're not going to use, it's uttered 321 times throughout the movie. But who is credited with saying half of them? Is it A, Joe Pesci, B, Ray Liotta, C, Robert De Niro, or D, Henry Hill? And so far, everybody's pretty much, oh, it is. It's Irish Outlaw. Yeah, he said them. That's true. Ugly Truck is here. Welcome, Ugly Truck.
Jason Scott is here too.
Awesome.
And let's see, who was that else?
So just so you know, for those that don't know the story of Goodfellas, it was actually based on a book written by Henry Hill. So it probably wasn't Henry Hill that said it. So I'll give you that one.
Let's see, Do It Myself Garage is in here.
Awesome. Welcome. So it is Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci actually took a lot of his own personal stories and incorporated them into the script. And even though the movie was only scripted to have 70 times for that word to be used, because of the ad lib of the actors, including Joe Pesci, it got up to 321 times and became the most profanity in any movie in history up to that point. Now, there's been some since then, but up to that point, it was the most profanity of any movie.
Let's be honest, though. Can you really have a mafia movie without having the F-bomb?
I think they nailed that movie. I believe it's just really good. Well, the question, Margles, is which one came first? Goodfellas or Casino? Google that. Because this one was ranked number one up to that point. Boondock Saints. That was way after. And yes, if it's got, a certain Quentin director, I'm sure it's got more. All right. So Last Action Hero quiz. How much, because they spent a lot on that movie and it only grossed a very small amount. Let's just go with that first. But how much did they spend to advertise the movie on a NASA space shuttle? They legit did this. Was it A, 200,000, B, 360,000, C, 420,000, or D, 500,000? $500,000, which would, I just don't know if that's the best advertising.
Yeah, really. I mean,
especially after the Challenger, not to bring that sad news up, but is that really where you want your name? A lot of people believe it's $500,000. So there's a few other votes. Let's see what it was. So here's the best part. Not only did they spend $500,000 to put the Last Action Hero slogans all over the space shuttle before the launch, but they did it so that it would launch a month before the movie opened. But what happened? Space shuttle got delayed by a month. Well, several months, actually. So by the time They actually put the shuttle up. They didn't put the slogans all over it. And the movie spent $500,000 just on that one thing, plus so much other advertising. And then their box office had already opened and failed to meet expectations by the time that shuttle launch was happening. So that's an epic fail. That's right. They didn't even go to the moon. Like put your advertisement on the moon. That would be good. All right. Hunter says humans don't belong in space, but if they did, they should drive a Pontiac.
Well, there's a Tesla in outer space, I think.
That is true. All right. So if you guys did watch Need for Speed, if you remember that movie, right in the opening scene of that movie, they are at a drive-in movie theater. And you actually see that for that little clip that I had. They were at a drive-in movie theater and a train goes by. So what's the movie playing at the drive-in theater for the opening scene of Need for Speed? And it was playing, it's paying homage to previous movies, right? Car-related movies. So was it A, Two-Lane Blacktop, B, Cannonball Run, C, Bullet, or D, the original Gone in 60 Seconds?
I didn't pay attention. I don't know this.
We got some B's. We got a D. Let's see what everybody says. Colleen says Two-Lane, which is a great movie.
Those are all great movies.
Yep. Ugly Truck says Bullet. Mohawk says Two-Lane Blacktop. I think Ugly Truck. Oh, wait, here we go.
John Wilburn said Gone in 60 Seconds.
Which, again, nothing wrong with the new one, but the original was better. All right, the answer is Bullet. Steve McQueen's actually doing the chase scene with the Mustang and the Charger through the streets of San Francisco right on the movie screen at the beginning of Need for Speed.
That's awesome.
Really, really cool, nod to other movies. But again, thanks to Super Clean for sponsoring. I'm going to actually send out a Super Clean prize pack to Ugly Truck Experience. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. And send me your information on where to mail it to at buffsgarage@gmail.com, and we'll get one sent out to you. Oh, look at that. Danny Boyd's obscure movie reference. Love it. Okay. I think we've covered the obscure Pontiacs. We're definitely going to come back and hit some of the more well-known movies, but you guys already know them. So we could talk about the GTOs, the Trans Ams, the Pontiac Aztec. It's coming. We're going to do a whole episode on Pontiac Aztecs.
And we have a whole episode coming up of concept cars.
Just for Hunter.
Just for Hunter.
Because we love you. I will say that a lot of these movie cars do get, just for reliability and ease of use, they do get LS swapped for the movies. So just because you love the car doesn't mean it wasn't LS swapped for the movie. And on that,
the chase car for the movie Ford versus Ferrari has an LS in it because I saw it.
Yep. So no prototypes, he says, but concepts, that's the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Well, it's just fancy wording.
Yeah. So I'm going to leave it at that. You guys kind of think about it, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.
Yep. Have a good night. Thanks, guys.